wherever you like.
Well, I was asked to tell my story. Not that it's unusual, but it's very common. And as most of us have parents, and most of us have elders in our life, so do I. And my situation is I have a 90-year-old mother that lives 1,000 miles from me, that was very healthy, had a beautiful home on a golf course, and life was wonderful. And then I get a phone call from a hospital that my mother's been entered into the hospital, and that she's been taken care of medically, but the doctor says he will not release her back to her home. She has to go to an assisted living facility. And this is in a town, again, 1,000 miles from me, in a town that I have never been to. So I now have dealt with a doctor I don't know, in a hospital I don't know, in a town that I don't know, finding a facility for my mother to move into that she'll be happy and comfortable in and adequate. So I'm at a loss. I'm in a crisis mode with no way of knowing how to deal with this. So first issue is finding her a facility. That is accomplished, but they want money. These places cost $5,000 a month. So now I have to find out who my mother's banker is, who her advisors are, who her accountant is, contact all of them. Most of these people, again, I've never met, and deal with this. And then the issue comes up of her house. We have to sell our house in order to get the money to do all this. So I'm a real estate broker. I call another real estate broker down in California and ask him, will he please list this house? And I know enough to know that he is taking the opportunity to make a quick sale. He underlists the house for a value that's ridiculous. So I end up having to take off work, fly down there, figure out what's going on, get the house appropriately listed, and deal with this. So make a long story short, this whole process of sorting all this out, not counting the insurance company, there's military benefits that I've got to work with the government and getting, it's just a nightmare of stress and crisis. In a month, I've been able to resolve all of it, get it all taken care of, but I vow that I'm going to do something about this whole process, that I'm not going to have anybody else that I know go through this. So I make it a mission of mine to help baby boomers with aging parents that are going through this also. So I come back to Seattle and start that process. And a little bird comes by and says, would you be interested in legacy caring? I had no idea what legacy caring was. But what it brought to me was a source of vendors, professionals, other people with similar missions that in a network could help in a situation like mine. So I said, this is what I need to be a part of. This is what I need in order for me to do my job in helping people that are in a transition mode. A source of vendors, professionals that all are working towards the same goal and can solve this problem for people locally, can solve this problem in a location that's not local, which was my situation. And it would have made my month and a half of trying to put my mother in a place that I could be comfortable with much easier.
So